And the strange mystery we first told you about 24 hours ago. It seems strained family ties may be part of the reason a woman's death at her home in Pontiac went unnoticed for years. 7 Action News reporter Julie Bonovich is back live at the scene where she broke that story last night. And I tell you, this story has made national news, Julie. What are relatives saying about why they weren't concerned, why they didn't miss her?
Well, Stephen, I can tell you they were definitely surprised when I talked with them by phone tonight about her death. But it sounds like after talking with a sister and another relative, they didn't keep in contact very much. Investigators wear hazmat suits as they go in and out of 49-year-old Pia Fahrenkopf's home because the inside is covered in black mold. They're trying to figure out how the Pontiac woman ended up dead in the back seat of her Jeep 6 years ago. They pulled the Jeep with her mummified remains out of her garage last night.
Somebody called me from the county medical office there, and they wanted to know what I knew about her.
Edward Carroll tells me by phone from Georgia that Pia's mother died about a year and a half ago from cancer. He married her mother about 3 years ago. It was a second marriage for both, a marriage they wanted Pia to be at, but he says she never answered their letters and she never answered the phone.
I tried to find her through the internet and everything. I never could find her. And I wrote a letter a couple times, and I think some of the mail came back.
He says Pia is from the East Coast. I called Pia's sister, who's living near Boston. She says they were born and raised in the Boston area. They have 8 other brothers and sisters. Most of the brothers and sisters have passed, and so have their parents. She says mostly everyone stayed nearby except Pia, who moved away to Pontiac. The sister tells me Pia didn't work for an auto company. She says Pia worked for a bank who sent her all over the world for work for months at a time. She says Pia also had a small consulting business at one time. The sister says she tried to get in touch with Pia in recent years, but the phone would just ring and ring. Carol says the whole family seemed to be estranged.
My mother hadn't heard from her for years and years. A lot of her children, you know, like I said, the oldest child, hadn't seen her and talked with her for 30 years.
We found out that Pia had a bank account with $54,000 in it, set up on automatic payments. Investigators tell us when the money ran out is when the home fell into foreclosure. Relatives still find it odd that the outside of the home was being maintained all these years. When investigators found Pia's mummified remains in the back of the Jeep, the key was still in the ignition and in the off position. Investigators say they found no signs of trauma yet. And also when talking with Pia's sister, she says she's heard from neighbors that they thought Pia had a son. But she said as far as she's aware, Pia never had a son. We're live from Pontiac, Julie Bonovich, 7 Action News.
You're talking about a family not keeping in touch. This is apparently an extreme example of that. We'll stay on top of the story and try to get to the bottom of it, Julie.